Before Christmas. It was awful.
Oh, no, it
I
wasn't.
was convinced that Mark would feel the same. The first 15 minutes were so cringeworthy, my partner turned to me and asked if I was in actual pain. The characters simply
you should go
aren't
and see Jack and Jill. You want to know about being in actual pain.
interesting enough to make this forensic piece worthy of such esteemed Kermodian praise. Felicity Jones, whilst seemingly thoroughly lovely in her own Oxfordshire way, lacks something of the night to give this film real bite. And worse still, when I hear improvised dialogue in the cinema, I see people acting. The scenes from the UK in particular are so la-di-da, namby-pamby, hoity-toity, wishy-washy, jolly hockey sticks, desperate, Richmond housewives, middle-class, Rule Britannia schlock. You just wanted to tell everyone to pull themselves together. The film ended up like it would have been better suited to stage rather than our cinemas. Like Crazy is for the same audience who enjoyed the equally sloppy nonsense One Day More. James Kingdom, Dr. Kermode, so I thought. Anyway, Bob Powell, thank you.
I disagree entirely, but that was a very funny email, and watching you read it out and going apoplectic was very funny.
Well, I quite like the reduplicated phrases of namby-pamby, hoity-toity, wishy-washy, all in the same sentence together.
Very good. Can I crack on with a couple of reviews?
You could, if you wouldn't mind.
Let's try and do Man on the Ledge and Journey to the Mysterious Island. Man on the Ledge, in which a man is on a ledge. The man is Sam Worthington, who's an ex-cop turned convict turned escapee who flees his imprisonment during his father's funeral. Then he's on a ledge. He says, I'm going to throw myself off from the ledge. I want you to go and get Elizabeth Banks, who is... Elizabeth Banks? Yes, I mean Elizabeth Banks. Who is the negotiator who talks people down from ledges. Although the last time she did that, she failed to prevent a cop from throwing himself to certain death from a bridge. So she is troubled, he is troubled. But is he actually waiting to throw himself on a bridge, or is it all, in fact, a ruse to cover something else? The interesting thing about the film is Sam Worthington, who's the lead character, who I always thought was sort of rather uncharismatic in Avatar. The closest comparison with this is to Phone Booth. Remember the Colin Farrell movie, which was directed by Joel Schumacher, in which the whole gag was Colin Farrell is shut in a phone booth by a sniper. Do you remember that film?
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever see it?
No.
Okay. So
you know your reference points?
Yes. You haven't seen any of them. Okay. But I thought Colin Farrell came on the programme and talked about that. Anyway, in that, the deal is Colin Farrell is on the phone. Somebody says, if you go out the phone box, you're in trouble. With this, the gag is he's on the ledge. He can't go anywhere. But in fact, whilst he's on the ledge, something else may be playing out. This has none of the sort of gritty faux seriousness, and I use the words gritty and Joel Schumacher in the same paragraph advisedly, of Phone Booth. In fact, it's closer to, what was that Catherine Beta Blocker movie in which she, no, it's called Dispersion or Irrigation or Entrapment. Entrapment.
I thought you were edging towards colonic irrigation.
No. Remember Entrapment, when there's that whole thing with her in the cat suit going through the laser beam. So on the one hand, you've got the man on the ledge, and the other hand, you've got this other thing playing out at the same time with Jamie Bell as his brother, and it is complete sort of throwaway popcorn whiffle, very glossy, very high sheen. Whiffle. It's like waffle, but even lighter.
Okay, I like that.
And it with no substance whatsoever. At the very beginning, there's a lot of vertiginous stuff. I do have a thing about heights. I don't like shots of people standing on ledges. It always makes me feel worried. That was the whole thing with Mission Impossible in glorious IMAX. Really did make me feel very, very wobbly indeed. With this, at the beginning, there is the very slightest sense that there may be something edgy going on, but then very quickly it just downshifts into being sort of Ocean's 11 type, crime caper, interspersed with the stuff with him on a ledge. So, first third of the movie, actually pretty good. Second third of the movie, losing the plot. Last third of the movie blows it completely and ends up in the most ridiculous finale that actually is kind of laugh out loud bad. But 1/3 of the film good, 1/3 of the film okay, 1/3 of the film bad. I make that about half of the film passable overall, which is more than we would expect from something called Man on the Ledge.
I think, by the way, Colin Farrell was on to talk about The Way Back.
Oh, was he?
And we ended up talking about, but what he wanted to talk about was Crazy Heart. Do you remember?
That's right.
Because he sings that song, and he's a very passable country western singer.
That's exactly right.
But it was The Way Back.
Okay. Having said half the movie is all right, that is so much more than can be said about Journey to the Mysterious Island, which is the sequel. I mean,
and you're saying it like that because it's the
number 2. It is Journey to the Mysterious Island. So it is nominally a sequel to Journey to the Centre of the Earth, which was, Brendan.
Jules Verne.
Yeah, exactly. So the story is there is a kid who is a Vernesian, and he's very, very,
he's a what?
He's a Vernian or a Vernesian or whatever they call it. Somebody who believes that Jules Verne was not writing fiction, was writing fact.
Right.
He
Do you remember
gets
that cartoon series on the telly.
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. No,
Journey to the Centre of the Earth.
Yes,
that.
Right.
Is it that one?
No, it's Mysterious Island.
Is it Rick Wakeman?
No.
Because that was good
Journey,
as well.
yeah, that's fine, yeah.
We could
Nor
play
is
some,
it, we could.
We could play some Rick Wakeman before we finish Journey to the Centre.
So he gets these messages from his grandfather that tell him that he has discovered Jules Verne's secret island.